Yeah, probably.
So what did we do this weekend, man? We had a fun time.
We had a whiskey tasting out in Eden with our friends over at Crooked Lamppost Brewing. Again, thank you so much for that invite. We did have a good time. There was a neighborhood block party that was out in Eden. We got invited to do a whiskey tasting for that event. Most of the two neighborhoods that are next to each other are musicians. So they have a massive festival, I guess you would call it.
Westfest, man.
Yeah, where they have musicians and a couple different vendors. There's, obviously Crooked Lamppost Brewing with the beer. We were involved with the whiskey. And then they brought in another guy from Rochester who was friends with one of the neighbors inside that neighborhood who makes his own pickles.
Which were delicious.
Really good. So expect something with him in the near future regarding an interview. So we're excited for that. So we showed up, had our own tablecloth. If you've seen it on Instagram, it was a good time. We had 4 to 5 different representations of whiskeys to choose from, one of which was Irish whiskey, authentic Irish whiskey, and then 3 local options. We had 4. And then really good food, really good people, really good music, and it was just a nice evening. We got there at about 3:30, set everything up, and then we stayed until about 8 o'clock and shot home, and that was it.
Oh, yeah.
People had a nice little tasting event with us. So that was fun. Really good time.
Felt official doing it.
Did you?
We talk about this all the time. It's crazy how much we know about all this stuff that we don't give ourselves credit for. Because we can talk ad nauseum about especially the 4 products that we had there.
Yeah.
We could go on rants.
And we were in front of an audience that was asking questions that were relevant to what was on the table. Mm-hmm. And I think that changed the dynamic too, because it was just another way for us to showcase that off the top of our head, we did know everything that they wanted to know, basically, which was kind of strange because sometimes you get asked questions and then you hesitate, like, oh, what's the answer to that? But They were asking questions that were, on average, slightly more difficult questions if you didn't know anything about the industry. And we were able to, off the top of our head, because we work with all the people and then our own research with this R&D every week to answer the questions for them on the spot. And then just their faces were like, how the hell did you know that? It's like, what did you like to know? Yeah. I studied it from Kentucky Stave and Thief Society. I got a book. It's just crazy.
I got a book for you to read.
Yeah, I have literature for you to read. But yeah, no, it was a good time. I'm excited. That was the second one we've ever done. The first one was up in Wilson, New York. So if anybody wants us to do any kind of tasting, reach out to us and then we can see if it fits. We do have a busy schedule and we definitely do not want to drive all over God's creation. However, it is a great way for us to showcase local spirits and then provide you guys kind of a custom experience in regards to tasting to see what you like and what you don't like. Yeah. Again, you're not going to hurt our feelings, but yeah. And then just so you know, if we do that and we do show up, no, we cannot sell you the bottle. That's super illegal. So stop asking and go to a liquor store and buy it there, or go to the distillery itself and directly support them and buy a bottle there.
Yeah. So we can really tailor what whiskey we bring to your event. If you wanted us to do like the differences. So part of our Stave and Thief certification was to be able to build a flight and to talk to people about the differences between each whiskey. So you can do it between the single brand, like 3 Chord is a huge friend of ours, and we could do a 3 Chord tasting where we have their blended bourbon, their Amplify Rye, Strange Collaboration, whiskey, like we can bring everything that they have and talk to you about the differences between each bottle. Or we can do like a classification difference where we bring Scotch, we bring French whiskey, we bring bourbon, we bring rye. We can do really whatever you guys want us to do. And this is something that we've been talking about that we want to put out there, is that this is something that Mike and I want to do for people if they want to have us, because it's something that we're super passionate about. We know that whiskey is getting more popular as time goes on for some reason. And this is just a good way for, if you guys do have some idea of doing this, bring in 2 guys that know what they're talking about, and we'll sit and talk everybody's ear off. That's one thing I will say, is we're very friendly people when we're out in public. Like, there's some people that know us that watch this, but we're not those like bums that are sitting away from everybody and
Right.
Like not talking. Like we're a riot.
You know, I mean, our going rate's $10,000 an hour.
Correct,
so
yeah.
obviously
Gotta pay for these cameras somehow.
right. So, you know, we've got to make sure that people are getting the best from us.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, first of all, we're not $10,000 an hour unless you want us to be. We're not going to say no.
Yeah,
But
you tell us your price, and then we'll see how high we can go from there.
75 cents an hour, which, you know, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
So typically it's 25 cents. So but yeah, we basically just want to make sure that everybody's happy, content, and drunk safely. So we're here for you guys. That's all we got.
Yeah, we know how to do it now since we've done a couple.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.